What's up, nerds and nerdettes and wee little nerdlings all? It's your buddy Big Johnny G for Two Gun Pixie presents Legendary Gaming.
Shut up and sit down.
Hey, how's it going? Thank you for joining me for this Tabletop Takeout Tuesday this week. And this is a series that I give you bullet points, not a full review. Bullet points as to why myself and the 20-sided Warriors have enjoyed a particular title whenever it hits the table. Today I want to talk to you about, this is the first edition. I understand there's a second edition out now. I don't have it, so I can't talk about that. But for the first edition of Sheriff of Nottingham. This is a game that me and the 20-sided Warriors have had here in the collection for a while now. It's been a few years since we've played this game, but it is always a happy title to be seen, and when the opportunity rises, yes, get it to the table. One of the things that I and the others enjoy about this game is this is very much a social interaction game between the players. Sometimes it can very easily slip into a little bit of role-playing with the characters because it's very organic for this to do so. And what is this? Well, it's a bluffing game. It's a bluffing game based on the myth, the story of Robin Hood, particularly right here, the Sheriff of Nottingham, and how you gonna sneak things, or maybe not, sneak things past him. Yeah, this is a bluffing game. It's a game of lying. It's a game of negotiation. It's a game, like I said, of player interaction. Now, the simplicity of these rules, because they're not overly taxing to learn. You'll have them, in your head in no time. You'll be ready to play this game. The real challenge in this game isn't from learning the rules, because they're not hard, they're not heavy. This game comes down to your being able to lie, to bluff. But not only your ability to lie and bluff, but your timing for it as well. Just like comedy, lies can very much be about the timing. Maybe it's not about lying. Maybe this round, it's about negotiating. You're going to have to sit back and figure out what's the best way to approach each and every round that you're coming into. Partly because of the other players, your position in the round, how much the sheriff player is feeling used and abused, lied to, will affect how the individual taking the role of the Sheriff of Nottingham is going to be affected by your lies, truths, negotiations. You never know exactly how the player is going to take it. But we all know that we have tells, and if you don't be careful of yours, the other players will know. This game is because it's a social game, it really is, it can be anyway, all about replayability. Because every single time you get this game to the table, even if it's with the exact same players, you're not going to have the same experience. You're not going to have the same lies. You're not going to be detecting the same lies from certain individuals. Negotiations will be different. Everything will be handled differently, particularly based on what happened in the last game. With these social deduction lying games, a lot of things depend on how somebody felt they were treated, lied to, or were honest enough in the previous game, and who did the BSing or not. So you have to remember that when you enter into a game like this, that is going to take a lot of precedence in how you are handled and accepted by what you say, whether your words are true or not. A lot of it will depend on the previous experiences. Yeah, I like I said, the role playing of this, it's something that has always brought a new level to this game. Now, if you and your players are not really big on being a character and doing a voice and personality type, don't worry. I'm not saying you're not going to have fun with this game. You definitely will. But there is a certain level of this game that is made for that type of gameplay. If you and the other players even just slightly start getting into a little bit of light role play with this game, it is probably going to snowball. That's the way I think it will happen. That's the way it's happened here. I've seen it happen like that in other places. That little bit of role play at the beginning will kickstart more. because of the level of fun, because of the level of make-believe. I think that to a certain degree, this game does touch on the childhood fun that we've all had with different make-believe games that we've played. Because make-believe games are all about lying. You're not really who you say you are, doing what you're saying you're doing, where you are. It's all here. It's all here in the mind, you know? And that really comes through, I think, in this game. So when you do engage in the role-playing aspect of this, no matter how much fun you have in the game without it, it will take it to another level. I also believe that this is what can be categorized as a gateway game. Because this has the fun party aspect of deception and lying and negotiating and half-truths to it, it does fill in a certain air, a certain experience, a certain theme, right? Atmosphere that a good party game can give off. And most party games are sort of gateway games. There's not many individuals I know who you know, what I mean is they may not like Hero Quest and Return to Dark Tower and Dragonlance like that, but they do like, games like Clue and Monopoly. So this falls into something like that because this is a social lying game, and they're popular. They're popular. I mean, this isn't on the level of Werewolf, Mafia, or Blood on the Clock Tower. But there's that little bit that's going to add to it and make it fun, which is why I think it's a bit of a gateway game. It'll get people that aren't normally gamers a little bit more into this. But don't necessarily listen to me or whatever any other reviewer that you don't know who's paid or bribed to tell you whatever the hell the publisher wants you to hear. No, you don't know that. What you do know is if you see something that looks fun. So that's why I always say watch playthroughs. Find some playthroughs of the game that you're interested in. Watch them before you watch any reviews or previews. Watch the playthroughs. The best way to find out if the game is something you and your buddies are going to have fun. So go, get more information, because I think you're going to enjoy Sheriff of Nottingham.